Today I attended a groundbreaking ceremony at Myakka Golf Club. The site is about 30 miles east of here, about 30 miles east of the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, and the golf course is expected to open late in 2025. The space is expansive. The property is absolutely enormous with 1,100 acres dedicated to the golf course, with 2 miles of river frontage on the Myakka River. We started the day with an overview of the property and an overall scope of the project. We talked about the grass and then visited a few spots on what will be the golf course. Jason Straka led the tour with color commentary from his partner, Dana Fry. Together, Fry and Straka Design have a long list of projects they've completed over their 20 plus years together. Owner Steve Herrig also joined part of the tour, and then Paul Azinger participated in a hosted question and answer session. In this post, I'm going to talk about the grass, which was fascinating to me and may be a game changer. I'll cover the overall project and then touch on the golf course and clubhouse just a little bit. There is a lot to this project, and I intend this post to be an overview. I'll post additional, more specific details later on. Enjoy. Yes, I'm going to start with the grass, which was enlightening to me, someone not versed in agronomy. If you want to skip ahead to the project overview, you can see in the table of contents below. The entire golf course will be sodded and sand-capped. That is over 140 acres. That is not typical, which translates into expensive. The plan is to cut the grass at 2 levels, putting greens and tees and fairways. Myakka Golf Club will have no rough with native areas between the fairways. For the tees and fairways, Myakka Golf Club will be using a new strain of Zoysia, Stadium Zoysia, developed by Bladerunner Farms in Texas. The greens will be a different version, Laser Zoysia, also developed by Bladerunner. These advanced grasses use 1/3 less water, less fertilizer, and less pesticides. The grass grows well in the shade, so you can expect it to be consistent under the trees. Overall, this is an environmentally superior grass that is only a few years from its inception. Dana Fry was amazed that the point of one part of grass hadn't been cut in a year, meaning it's very tolerant, self-sufficient, and maintains its vibrant green color. The Laser Zoysia requires minimal watering and grows primarily laterally, so well that they are able to cut bunkers right into the greens as they do in the famed Australian sandbelt. That's really the model for this project, one of the most spectacular golf regions in the world, and really nothing like Myakka exists currently in the United States. Fry and Straka are known for their environmental sensitivities, and they're genuinely excited about using this grass. So much so that they suggested to owner Steve Herrig to start a sod farm, which they did on 200 acres across the street from the golf course, which has since grown to 500 acres. This is just one example of the approach Herrig has set for the project. The absolute best. What do you need for this to be the absolute best? I'll say it again, the Laser and Stadium Zoysia grasses could be game changers, especially for any golf course trying to use less water and apply less chemicals and look better all year round. Myakka Golf Club will showcase these innovative grasses, and the entire golf industry will be watching. Myakka Golf Club is a sister project to the TerraNova Equestrian Center. Owner Steve Herrig has created in less than 5 years a world-class equestrian center rivaling anywhere else in the country. I can only speak to the exquisite barns and the arenas and the outbuildings. Herrig has the same ambition for his golf course, to be the absolute best. The project will include a massive clubhouse along with cabins built on the property to accommodate guests and owners. The entire project will have a rustic theme that will be authentic. That means that the cabins will be cabins using reclaimed and recycled timbers rather than making the golf course or the golf structures look old. The idea is for the project to become comfortable and authentic immediately. A unique, rustically charming golf experience. There is a difference, and Herrig is investing to make Myakka Golf Club world renowned. The golf course will be firm and fast, with expert shapers, 6 employed at the moment, taking advantage of the elevation changes and the expansive views. The clubhouse will be viewed from nearly everywhere on the golf course, and I'll hold off on talking too much about the golf course or the clubhouse until it's closer to completion. The model or the idea that they used was the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Clubhouse that stands out on the windswept shores of Long Island. The setting here is equally spectacular, and all involved in the project are aware of the native areas and the sensitivity to the pristine Myakka River Valley. This is a pretty cool picture of Steve Herrig that I snapped, perhaps in a moment of reflection. He's standing at the level the clubhouse will be built upon, taking in his project, the Myakka Golf Club. Also planned is a 12-hole par 3 course, a lighted putting green, and a massive driving range with a performance center that will have every conceivable, and maybe some things that haven't been conceived yet, tools to improve whatever members may need to improve their game of golf. Cutting edge, bleeding edge, state-of-the-art, you pick your superlative. The membership will be exclusive and expensive. Azinger suggested all PGA Tour players will be interested in seeing this place, and some, no doubt, will stay and make their home here in the Sarasota area. The golf course expects to be open towards the end of 2025 with a few of the cabins and some comfort stations, as well as what they're calling the still or the distillery. Here is a rendering of the still, a communal meeting area on a 40-acre lake in close proximity to the cabins, where members and their guests will stay during their visit. I'm especially encouraged by the local people at the heart of this project. Oftentimes, developers come into a piece of property, build it out, and then exit. In this case, Steve Herrig is a local. Jack Nicklaus and his Memorial Village in Ohio come to mind. Nicklaus built a golf course very close to where he grew up that has evolved into a community where he now lives. The same can be said for Paul Azinger, and while it may not be his golf course, you can sense the pride he has in Sarasota. Azinger grew up camping, fishing, and swimming in the Myakka River. The project is in great hands, and I can't wait to see it completed. This Myakka Golf Club project is going to be a little bit different than the Bobby Jones Golf Club that I covered in December. I may not ever make it to the actual golf course, but it was an absolute thrill to see the property in the early stages of development. As I said, I'll be sharing updates with more specific details a little later on. I hope you found this interesting, and please like, subscribe, and share this video. And play fast, repair all the pitch marks you can find, and keep your golf ball in the short grass.